Hi, this is Peter of VDD Solutions. First of all, let's decide whom should register and who should not. Right, basically, if you are the CEO of the company, a managing director, or a managing director stroke driver, in other words, you are a sole trader, for example, then you are the person that should register. Basically, it's the person who is in charge of the firm. Okay, so how do I go about registering? Well, it's quite simple. From the vddsolutions.co.uk website, you select Login / Register, shown in the top right hand corner of your screen, here. This transfers us through to another site which is owned by VDD Solutions, and where all the activity and analysis is done on the data. Here we can choose to log in, or we can choose to register. In our instance, we want to register. So first thing to do is enter our email address. Now this is a demonstration, so I shall be using VDD Solutions as our domain name. Followed by a password. And then followed again by the password again, just to confirm that we haven't mistyped it. Now we can select register. The screen clears and takes us back to the login page. At this point, we need to navigate to our email address. As you can see, I have now navigated to my email, or the email address that I gave in the registration, and I have received a notification from VDD stating that I wish to register the account. I select the account and follow the instructions, which are quite clear. Click on to validate your registration. That takes us back to the site, where I can once again enter my email address, and my password. I can also at this point click to ask it to remember me, and I will in this instance. Once in at VDD Solutions, you will be presented with the opening screen and a button saying get started. All you have to do is click on Get Started and complete all the information required. Here we go. So, the company. Okay, VDD Solutions Limited. The company number. I should just put in a random number in this instance. Okay. VAT number, likewise, I shall only put in a random number. Number of vehicles, you'll notice this is greyed out. This means that this cell will be automatically updated in the future when we add in the number, well, when we add in each vehicle. Our office telephone number. So let's use our own. Done. Our own is 01143605666. And we haven't got a mobile, so we'll use the same one again. Our address. And finally, our postal code. And then, of course, the actual website itself. And our main entry site is vddsolutions.co.uk, but you can also use vdd-solutions.com or vdd.solutions, as we own all of those domain names. We then add to the profile. We now get step 2 of the 4, and it asks us for the primary position. Well, I'm the managing director, or one of them, of the company, and I've got my address already in there, and my telephone number, funny enough, is exactly as the one on the site. So I'll put that in again. I'm the only internal contact at this moment in time, and we don't have any external contact at the moment. This will become relevant later on, and you'll be able to then select who that will be in the future. This person is anybody who will receive notifications externally, and this person is the person who will receive external notifications internally. Okay, so let's update our information. And finally, my own personal information now. I'm Peter, as I've already told you. My telephone, and the telephone I'm going to put down again is the works one. I'm going to cheat and copy that into the mobile, so it's retyping it, and then I'm going to apply the changes to that. And finally, I need to say that if I'm going to have the assisted tasks on, how am I going to pay for it? Now, we have a number of selections here. We can pay via Bacchus, which is the one we prefer you to pay by if possible. Check or post via the post. Again, this one is one that we prefer you not to pay with, because you have to do this one slightly earlier in order to make sure your check's clear before the next period. So we don't recommend this one. Email link, that means basically the company will send you a link which you've got to pay on your debit or credit card, or we can phone you in person and also take your details over the telephone for your debit/credit card. We recommend the backus payment because it's nice, simple, it's easy for you, it's easy for us too. So I will select that, and I am the person that is responsible for making sure the payments are made, the financial contact. And I want my company to be invoiced every 12 weeks. That's because we have a circulation of in our accountancy for every 3 months. Now, if it's every 30 days, we recommend the 4 weeks. Later on, when you've been a member with us for a prolonged time, you'll be also given the option to be billed once every year, but you have to have been with us for 6 months before you can make that selection. Okay, so let's add a profile. There we are. As managing director, you've now registered your company with all its relevant details. The only thing you now need to do is actually invite your administration / transport manager if you have one. If you don't have one, then you don't need to. However, if you are a managing director / CEO that drives as well, then you will need a separate email address to install yourself as a driver. So let's first of all have a quick look at inviting our administration / transport manager. This is under systems administration, and we can click systems administration, and in this case we want to add an admin staff. So you can add somebody, a CEO like yourself or a managing director if you so wish, so that if one of you goes on holiday there's always somebody to take over that position. And of course that means that then you can switch over the primary contact, which was on one of the previous pages, when you're away on holiday, so you don't have to deal with it. Or you can say I want to transport administration staff. Okay, and likewise they will require an email address. So I've already set them up an email address. So it's transport transport admin, getting carried away there, and it's at VDD Solutions is their email address, and for the sake of this we'll put down the business number. And again we'll do the same for the mobile number, and then we'll add them as an administrator. Now at this point when you click this, you're actually inviting this individual who will receive an email to say that they've been invited to join you. Oh, forgot to put in first names and last name. I'll call myself again, shall we? Okay. Invited. So it reports that back. Let me close that. There we are. Now from this point on, you can either play the role as administrator / transport manager, or you can delegate the rest of the settings to that individual.